Hi, I'm Linz. Welcome to Becoming Everwell, a channel where we talk about the ongoing journey of becoming. Today's life learning lesson for midlife you is about getting schooled when it comes to trust.
I make sense of life by writing about real everyday stuff that makes us who we are. Some of these snapshots are fun, some are more serious. Maybe they'll open up something in you too. Let's grow.
While bedbound with COVID a few months ago, I binged The Trust on Netflix. I'm an easy target for reality TV. And a thought-provoking question came out of it. Are you one who believes that trust must be earned or that trust is only lost? In other words, do you instinctively begin relationships in doubt or in trust? One contestant claims that we're all one or the other, which affects, in a big way, our relationships. I hadn't before thought of categorizing ourselves as trusters or doubters, but thinking about this dichotomy in the context of making friends intrigues me. My 11-year-old son, for instance, most definitely begins relationships with trust. His pure instinct that kids are inherently good and kind and worth befriending is one of the things I admire most about him. It's also why I'm still slightly concerned that he'd trust a perfect stranger who promises puppies, trading cards, or video games, but I digress. He recently joined a travel baseball team, which he's loving, but as I've watched the social dynamics before practices, I've focused on his interaction with one particular teammate. I'll call said teammate Sam. They converse a lot, but Sam doesn't seem to initiate. They hang around each other, but Sam tends to drift away more than engage. My son greets him by name and with enthusiasm. Sam avoids eye contact and appears uninterested. There's no bullying happening, but my instinct is to worry that my son isn't fitting in and tell him what I'm observing. Sam's just not that into you. Now, although I tend to have a solid read on social dynamics, I'm forcing myself to butt out of his social landscape that's his to navigate. Instead, I've been thinking a lot about what trust looks like. You see, unlike my son, I'm more of a doubter. I haven't always been this way. A few relationships in adulthood have jaded me. But these days, I might even self-describe as having trust issues. But truth is, my trust issues bum me out. I don't much like being a doubter of people. So I'm actively working to reframe my relationship with trust. I'll first note that as a concept, trust covers too much ground. We're capable of trusting others and being trusted in a variety of ways. I can think of 8 big types of trust. 1. Someone can have a trusted familiarity in that they feel instinctually safe, even if you have no evidence, like a fellow parent at a playground. 2, someone can be a trusted resource with facts and the truth, and that you can count on them to relay a situation or give you feedback accurately or objectively, even when it's uncomfortable. 3, someone can be a trusted vault with private information, and that you can safely share secrets with them and know they won't be spread or abused. 4, someone can be a trusted presence in that you know they will show up and be by your side for big or small moments. 5, someone can be a trusted ally in that they will support you, defend you, stand by you, and stand up for you even when you're not in the room. 6, someone can be a trusted spirit and that they are consistently true to their nature and you can rely on their personality and values whether you're at the palace or at the dump. 7, someone can be a trusted growth partner and that they're adaptable to and supportive of your growth and who you continue to become, even if they are growing differently. 8, someone can have self-trust and that they believe in themselves, value their inner knowing, and have conviction in their boundaries, decisions, and actions. These are all relevant aspects of trust. And in most of our relationships, I find that trust shines through in one or maybe 2 of these ways. An intellectual friend, for instance, might be a trusted resource with a book suggestion, but may not be a trusted presence in your life. And I'm starting to accept that that's okay. Trust doesn't have to be all or nothing. I've come to believe that a relationship is trustworthy if any element of trust exists. And further, when it comes to trust, we've got to be mindful of the ways that we are trustworthy. Get this. When I eventually brought up Sam in conversation with my son, I asked what my son likes about him. Here's what he said. Sam's new to the team, like me. I don't think he knows anyone. He's pretty shy, and I want him to feel like he has a friend. I took this in and realized that I'd totally misread what was happening at practice. Although the doubter in me instinctively distrusted Sam's closed-off behavior, my child didn't feel left out of Sam's orbit at all. I, a natural doubter, had observed what I feared, that Sam wasn't trustworthy and that my child didn't fit in. I was blind to my child's reality that he already felt like he belonged. His focus was on his new teammate who seemed disconnected from the team. By talking to Sam, hanging around him and greeting him by name, my son, a natural truster, was actually offering trust to Sam, despite Sam's apparent doubts. Once again, my child schooled me. As we left practice this week, I noticed that 5 different teammates said goodbye to my son saying his name, and the only person who said goodbye to Sam by name was my son. Naturally, I'm grateful that my child seems to belong in the eyes of many of his teammates, but also I'm proud of his willingness to be patient with Sam, who seems to need more time to trust his team. So now, as I root for all the boys from the sidelines as they play ball, I'm going to look for signs of growing trust amongst them in the dugout and at practice, and cheer for trust too. Thank you for being here. Your likes, views, subscribes, and shares, they really add up and mean a lot to me. So if you think of it, add a comment down there. Click the heart. It really means a lot to me. Thanks for being here. Until next time.
Be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell to get alerts for new posts. I'd be ever grateful.